Good morning, good evening, everyone. Today is a big day. It's the day of our Europa League second leg match. Roma are at home playing against Milan. So here is some picked questions, some chosen questions from the pre-game interview. And today we have Pioli and Rafa. Straight to it. So, Mr. Pioli, are you annoyed to read the headlines saying that the Rossi with El Shaarawy enchanted Pioli? But why do you keep asking me this? Why? What annoys me is that you keep asking these questions. What annoys me is losing a game where the result could have been different, a game where on merit we deserved to draw. Almost always, the judgment is conditioned by the final result. I repeat, that was a different game. Tomorrow is another. Clearly, we watched it again and we know what we need to do different. Tomorrow, there will be different situations and the boys will interpret them better. They'll have to play the best game possible and put every drop of sweat they have in their bodies on the pitch. Next question. And for Rafa, I have a question. In your song, you say, I never look back. I don't feel perfect. I am full of problems to resolve. I want to know if Mr. Pioli listens to your songs and can you tell me about the problems in the away leg? So this was followed by quite a lot of laughter. And Rafa said, well, for me, and then he looked at Pioli and said, have you heard my songs? And Pioli's answer is brilliant. He says, when you put your music in the gym, you force us to listen. And then Rafa goes on to answer and he says, okay, well, for me, it's about details. In games like these, it's about the details. Like Mr. said, we rewatched the game, and for me, tomorrow will be a different game where we will have to make fewer mistakes. And a more positive game will give us a win. Next question. Good evening. A question for Rafa. After the game, we asked Mr., but I also want your opinion. You and your qualities are unquestionable, but maybe when you have to fight more, you have more difficulty. You now have to face two big games in Roma and Inter, where there will be a lot of anger and antagonism. Is your objective to be decisive in these games? Rafa answers, yes, clearly. What I have learned is that the football in Italy is completely different to the football in France. The club has helped me to grow as a player, even Mr. Pioli. But I have to find on the pitch a better way to resolve these, I won't call them problems, but things. I want to improve, but I am learning every day. Next question. I'd like to ask a question to Mr. and then Rafa, if I may. First, Mr. Pioli, you arrived at the Roma game in incredible form. 7 straight wins, so nothing had to be said. Today, you are on the back of 2, let's say, not great results. Some have asked a question of motivation. Pioli answers, certainly, we have faced the argument, but I repeat, I have never trained such a squad that understands how to prepare for each game. An unexceptional game like the away leg cannot take away everything from a squad that is well. In fact, it took nothing away, and we have to demonstrate that tomorrow. In these games, to me, it doesn't matter what your form is like as you reach them, good or bad, you have to play them and win. Next question. Rafa, Selic studied you very well in the first leg. A great defender studying a great attacker. Now, thanks to YouTube and Mr. Pioli, you can study him. Also, to think of how El Shaarawy followed you the whole game. Rafa answers, it's a duel. Certainly, he is a good defender, and El Shaarawy, that as an attacker, defended very well. I have to find a solution with my colleagues. This is another game. I have belief and I believe in myself and my teammates. This isn't about individuals. When a squad is well, my talent, everything will come. Last question. Rafa, I know that tomorrow you will play for Milan, but please tell us if you will also play for Mr. Pioli. Now, this question, literally, Rafa looked at Pioli, they looked at each other, there was a little bit of a smirk, and Rafa answered, we play for all of us. For Milan, it's an important game. If we play well, we will make everything, or we'll make everyone that works at Milan happy, including Mr. Pioli. There isn't a division. For all of us, it's the same. Our objective is to win this competition. And if we win, everyone will be happy. That concludes Pioli Corner for the pre-game. Please like and subscribe.